Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Last time we discovered that... Oh, hello. We discovered that, King Leonidas' spear may be a little bit more, a little bit older than we had thought. That its materials might be handed down from the very same previous civilization that had been introduced in Assassin's Creed 2. Also, I managed to successfully defeat another cult leader. This time in just ship combat, which went well enough. Now I'm looking for a giant door. Okay, that's where my quest is taking me, but I might actually swing around to the south part of the island to take on this target who happens to be there for some reason. Now the question is, am I going to find this person alone or surrounded by their allies? Protected, if you wish, from would-be Misthios like myself. It looks like the answer is they are mildly protected by a group of allies. Though I probably should be careful, because I'm not so powerful enough that I can just attract the attention of everybody.
They won't ask any questions. Let's keep out of sight.
Okay, well, it looks like she's on the move. But to where? Now, here's the question. Now, that guy just doesn't care. Excellent. All too easy. Although, clearly the skill unlock of being able to critically assassinate people was very, very useful choice on my part.
Somebody get me out of here! I thought I'd
Done. And another cultist down. Okay, I seem to have encountered a party of bears and boars. A bear on boar action extravaganza. Now, I think I've mentioned it before, like the idea of like the open world-ish thing with Assassin's Creed, and this, especially this game, gives a very weird, random nature to everything. Ah, the boar won. It defeated one of the bears. But it's amazing just how many just weird, random things could happen. Like that's kind of like you got so much going on, like random stuff going on in the game, like the random appearances of animals, the random appearances of bandits. That is a deadly boar. Now it is a dead boar. Also, I would complain that I don't get to skin all the animals I didn't kill, but I probably shouldn't. I understand. Oh, hello. Yes, I did try to parry a wild animal. It did not work. Maybe I just missed the parry timing on the boar attack. But after running around the island, fighting pirates, fighting cultists, I think it's just about time I might as well continue on the main quest. Like this giant door thing that's over here.
I've never seen anything like it before.
Also, I probably should preface this, maybe, like, part of me still thinks I should have played Assassin's Creed Origins before I started this game.
Inside. I wonder if...
Is that the Spear of Destiny?
Who's there? Come out!
Hesitation only hastens.
The grave, I know, Mater.
Your form is
I
improving.
totally
Your
had
resolve is
that.
strong, but you're not taking action.
I was going to.
I know, but it's the moments in between that decide everything. Your turn.
Leonida's spear.
You're old enough now. My father's spear holds a certain burden, but you're ready.
I felt something.
Huh?
The spear. It has magic.
Carries with it a long line of power. A bloodline of incredible heroes. The same blood within you and me and our family.
All of us?
Think of Leonidas. He had great courage, and he made a great sacrifice. You share in his blood and the strength he possessed. We are able to feel certain things happening around us. That is our family's gift. But not everyone understands that. Some recognize the power we bear and want it only for themselves. They will try to take it from us.
I won't let them.
Okay, so most likely the
You're a
cult
warrior.
of Cosmos,
If we keep
because they
moving,
recognized
always
the
moving
path of
forward,
the bloodline,
we're untouchable.
that was the reason why they demanded
Storms coming in.
the kids
Maybe
be
we should move forward
sacrificed
now.
through the Oracle. And they figured because the Oracle was the all-seeing eye or speaker of Apollo, that the dad wouldn't question that he had to do his duty. It wasn't just about killing the children of Leonidas. It was about, or the grandchildren of Leonidas.
I haven't forgotten you.
It was about doing his duty to his culture. Yeah, I figured it was going to close behind me. Even ancient doors are automatically open and closing to the touch of artifacts.
By the gods. Who built all this?
Your question, I believe, is the same as the answer. By the gods.
How does a place like this exist?
Well, you see, what happens is, stone is placed in a... Ooh, what do we have
How could
here?
I even explain this to someone like Marcos?
Well, Marcos is a moron, so... Huh. So this is clearly ancient civilization tech. Once again, it makes me wonder when the future, or
Something's glowing
sorry,
over there.
the people of the present day are going to show themselves again. But I don't have the entire spear, though. Or is it just the head of the spear that matters?
Forge activated. Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
Huh. Does the cult know of this location? Well, obviously they wouldn't be able to get in because they don't have the spear. Are there alternate keys? Ah, here we go.
Themos. The Forge.
I knew I let you stay in the Animus too long. Your vitals are crashing.
You don't understand. This confirms it. Cassandra didn't just have Isu technology. She had the means to improve it. Imagine how
Isu.
powerful
Okay,
this
yeah,
stuff
that was the name.
I admit, that could be an incredible find. But right now, I'm the doctor, and I take care of you. Now get some rest before you go back to Cassandra.
If you insist, but only because I've got work to do on the outside.
Please, just clear your head. The last thing we need is a cell leader suffering from the bleeding effect and spearing us because we're Hittites or Thracians.
I won't. The Thracians throw great parties.
Don't forget, we're a team. We'll back you up until you're finished your investigation.
I know. Kyoshi secured the loft yesterday and he's keeping an eye out. Elena's on call doing historical research.
And I'm here to talk if you're feeling any confusion from the Animus.
Always the therapist. So, Doctor, how do you feel now that we're closer than ever to the staff?
I believe this staff is important. But the Templars and Assassins have found staves of Eden before. Nikolai Tesla blew one up in Russia, if I remember correctly.
This is different.
Eh?
If what I saw in Egypt is true, this staff doesn't control minds. It controls physics. Time. Imagine rewriting the rules of the universe.
The spear you found is right here, and it's not doing anything.
The spear's attached to a bloodline. Leonidas, Cassandra, and Alexios. They were intimately connected to it.
Are you sure you can use the Staff of Hermes, then?
No. But if the Templars get it, they won't stop until they find someone who can.
Okay, I think this more or less confirms that I probably should have finished Origins. I'm gonna see if I could somehow sneak that into my regular day-to-day and maybe finish it before I finish this, but that's probably not gonna happen.
So, what do you think of my new Animus?
You mean our new Animus? That's Abstergo equipment.
Which I've modified to within a millimeter of its digital life. It's an Animus console prototype, Raman variant with the I/O capacities pushed to their max. Ultra portable with more calculating power than NASA and CERN combined.
Okay, ultra portable, that's a very key statement. And also, my complaint with the Assassin's Creed movie, because they restructure what the Animus is in the movie, which is fine. It's an adaptation, but the problem with the new Animus is it's highly non-portable. There's no way they could really transport that elsewhere, which becomes problematic if you're going to be doing a series like Assassin's Creed for more than one movie. If you're going to have a battle between Templars and Assassins carry on past the first film while still exploring the past. But that's just one of the many issues of the Assassin's Creed movie.
I'll go stretch my legs. Too bad we don't have access to the Abstergo gym anymore, huh?
Membership costs too much.
It costs your life. Alright. So, bit of a rainy day out there.
Still recognize London. A rooftop's still a rooftop.
The Fry Twins, that would be Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I still haven't finished that one.
Are you sure you want to go back into the Animus right now? I get the impression you'll be there a long time.
No, I should look around somewhere before I go back to Greece.
Good. Come back when you're ready.
How's it going out there?
Well, no threats in view.
I'm glad we could work together again.
I believe our working methods are compatible.
Are you still upset about our last run-in with Abstergo? I'm sorry, I didn't realize those hills in Quebec were so steep. But hey, you and your Yakuza reflexes saved us. Sorry, ex-Yakuza.
We're all alive and our injuries have healed. That's what matters.
Of course, I'll return to the Animus, then follow the trail Herodotus left to find the staff. But there's so many possibilities, so many choices. There's no way to know which ones are right.
You know, you don't really think about accents when you start combining pronunciations of different accent names along with your own natural accents.
You decide.
Thanks for watching our backs, Kiyoshi. I'll leave you to your work.
I'll report in if Abstergo drops by.
Okay, so there's Kiyoshi. What else is going on?
Looks third echelon. Or is it fourth?
I believe that's a nice Splinter Cell reference there, because Splinter Cell is also owned by Ubisoft. Now, it's nice to have references in your game for other games. I know Splinter Cell had the DLC going on inside Ghosts Wildlands. But I think what people want is a new Splinter Cell game.
Too bad we had
That'd
to
be
leave
very
before we
nice.
could drink some more caribou.
Can I talk to you specifically? No.
Fascinating. Layla, can you believe we're meeting Herodotus himself?
I can. He sure does talk a lot.
Is there anything I can help you with?
So does what I'm seeing as Cassandra match your research? I had to tweak the Animus to use what we have of the book as reference.
That book is a lost work by Herodotus. He basically invented the concept of recording history. And other figures are matching up too. Cleon, Pericles. The chance to see the past firsthand is why I joined the Assassins.
Most people would talk about justice or leaping across rooftops, but history's cool too.
I've loved history since my grandpa told me stories about his grandpa back in Ireland. He was an adventurer and sailor, so I'm continuing the family tradition. I feel so lucky.
You make your own luck, remember?
Why do people keep telling me that?
Half of everything is luck.
So I've met Herodotus, but I
And the
don't
other
know much
half?
about him.
He's
Fate.
brilliant. His histories are considered the foremost textbook of classical Greece. People have made their careers analyzing his words for some new perspective. to see him in his own world, walking in the polis, and... Sorry, but he's kind of a hero of mine.
You can fangirl all you want.
Yay!
Okay, now that would be interesting, because like when you're inside the Animus, you're essentially experiencing the person's life as is. But what if there was instead of experiencing the other person's life, you just kind of jumped into their world? So you were still like talking like yourself, and you were yourself, but you were experiencing, but you kind of had like walk their path. So you'd be like, you could be like literally fangirling over Herodotus, even though that's something Cassandra would have never done. That might be tricky to keep the narrative together, though.
I'll leave you to your work.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Because in theory, like everything that you do in the game has happened before, which means as long as characters don't talk about what happened, then the game doesn't have to... The game can still give you those choices. Okay, what... That is... Took a deep dive into theories about our reality being a simulation and ended up in the weird end of the internet. I'm just gathering information at this point. Not all that I have found has been useful. It's hard to imagine the world we know being another layer of the Animus. But it makes sense that way. I guess if you spend a lot of time in the Animus, that would definitely throw off your perception of the world. 10 religious artifacts with superpowers! Miracles, just how real are they? Don't forget to subscribe, buy some merch! The question mark. Was Herodotus an Illuminati puppet? Hercules, man or myth? Did demigods walk the earth? The Russian following in Demikov's footsteps. So basically, she turned to anything to find some sort of answer to her questions. Let's see. Mission candidate Harlan Cunningham. Off duty for personal reasons. Ah, so that's Alana Ryan. From Boston. Speaks English, Latin, Ancient Greek, and Sanskrit. Probably somewhat useful to... Like, that's the thing in regards to Assassin's Creed games, is essentially your rebels all have to have, like, history degrees. Or at the very least, it helps. There's Kiyoshi Takakura. And of course, he has a sword. And was former Yakuza. Victoria Babu? I guess that's the doctor. Doctor lady. The Quebec Caper. So this would be the previous mission that we're in. And blood repository.
Hier soir, un cambriolage a eu lieu à la basilique cathédrale Notre-Dame de Québec. Heureusement, les dégâts au bâtiment historique sont minimes. Le secrétariat de la paroisse rapporte que les malfaiteurs sont partis en laissant derrière la cible du vol.
That is a lot of... Okay, so this would be the Animus prototype. That was modified from the original Abstergo version. Who is Herodotus? And then the Spear of Leonidas, which has the blood of his grandchildren. Genetic memory storage. Wait, weren't the ancient gods named after them? It's sort of a chicken and egg situation. We knew that the Isu had other names before they took on the ones we know. Like Juno was also called Uni. Okay, so yeah, Juno I think was the god that shows up in Assassin's Creed 3? But they're not gods, they're scientists of their time. This is definitely a lot of reading material that is going to have to wait for another day. Let's check our email. There's a lot. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of email. Oh. And they basically say nothing. Team effort. You're in charge. Okay, I'm just gonna cut through this.
The lost book of Herodotus. The spear of Leonidas. If I didn't work for the assassins, I wouldn't believe it. I'm still not sure I believe it. But a little luck and a lot of research later, and we've got ourselves the archaeological find of the century. At least, we would if I could publish it.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing. You probably don't want to be directly associated with it.
The center of the universe, circa 400 BCE.
Especially since that'll essentially out your own persons as assassins.
What?
It's a rabbit.
Eager to re-enter, I see.
Yep.
Yes. I'm ready to go back to Cassandra.
All right. I'll be watching your back.
Although interesting how they decided to pick that moment in time to cut away from the action. Like, Cassandra places the spear into the machine, and it comes to life, reigniting this forge. And it's like, yep, we're gonna cut back to the real world. So, what did that do?
My spear is stronger now. The cult won't stand
Oh, okay.
a chance.
So it's been upgraded, and upgrade the Spear of Leonidas here at the Forge of Hephaestus using artifact fragments. Upgrading it increases your adrenaline and unlocks more powerful abilities. Alright. Collect artifact fragments from defeating members of the Cult of Cosmos. I've got several. Alright, so Spear level 2 of 6. 7% health per grand, blah blah. A second melee attack wheel. Unlocked. Huh. How do you access it? Also, I should have more of those pieces. So let's see if I could, or how many I have. Yeah, that used a couple of them.
Did Leonidas know
Also,
this place existed?
There we go. Also, I guess this knowledge wasn't passed on to the assassins themselves, although they haven't really shown up in this particular story. Oh, hello.
Time to talk.
Oh. Okay, to talk. Don't, like, shout at me and shoot arrows at stone. Unless your arrows mean nothing to you.
You're not hard to track.
Did you come alone? Are you all right? Alexios, you're alive.
Don't touch me.
Come on, little brother. You have to tell me everything. What's happened to you?
That's a really kind way to approach him. Despite the fact that she just saw him, like, beat somebody to death.
There's more important things to argue about.
You're right.
Like
that stunt you pulled with the artifact. It got my attention, if that's what you wanted.
What? The artifact showed the truth. We're family. And we made it out of Sparta alive.
Yes, it did show the truth. It confirmed what I always knew. You threw me off a fucking mountain.
If that's what you think, Alexios, you must have hit your head on the way down.
I've heard this story, and not from a liar like you. And never call me Alexios.
Right. Demos. Now him, I don't know.
He's a demigod, worshipped and feared by the cult and all the Greek world.
Sounds like a fantasy to me. Did the cult cook that story up too?
I'd watch your fucking mouth, or I'll shut it for you.
You didn't when you had the chance before, and I bet you won't now. This is stupid. We need to find our mater.
I'm not interested in reunion. I just want to know what you think you're doing.
Same thing as your cult. Looking for Myrini, our mother.
They don't need her.
Your cultists think differently. She's their next target.
If they ever pursued her, it would be to kill her. But if you don't know where she is, that means she abandoned you too. How sad.
Even if we were abandoned, we survived. We can go back to the way things were if we can find her.
The cult has no interest in sentimentality.
I think it's a little bit too late on that
Its
one.
only aim is control.
Did I kill Nikolaos? Who's Nikolaos? Okay. So I didn't kill him, but I didn't never find him.
If they're after all of us, there's one less person to find. I killed Nikolaos.
Yet here you are, acting so righteous, when really, you're just like me.
I don't care.
Yeah, I've killed a whole
I'll
bunch
find
of people.
Myrini. Do the right thing. Come with me.
What?
We could find her. Together. You could help me.
Oh, you think friendship is the answer? Running around like lost children looking for dear mater. You're so weak.
It's responsibility, not weakness. I won't abandon the whole family just for spite.
Responsibility? Get off your high horse. The cult has a plan, and it won't be interrupted by the likes of you.
Taking your own mother isn't enough for them?
We're not abductors. We're political. Those who don't stand with us, stand against us. And they pay for that mistake.
Like me.
Like you. I heard you're planning a trip to Athens. When you go, tell Pericles and his elitist scum they're next.
There are two kinds of people I know. The people who work for me and the people that
The cult
die.
let Myrini live. They let
Bonus
Nikolaos
points if
live.
you know where that's
Why
from.
kill them now?
Because you live. You brought this on her and yourself. The cult is powerful, but they're mortals. I have the blood of gods, so they think you do too. But they'll see how wrong they are.
I'm going after the
Well,
cult, you know.
I'm bringing down the
You've
cult,
seen
so...
our numbers. You've seen what I can do, and you still think you stand a chance.
Try me.
Yes.
So having guts runs in the family, does it? You claim we have the same blood. So let's see what you can do.
We still found each other, brother.
I told you not to touch me.
Demos!
I will hug him if it's the last thing I do.
Herodotus won't believe this. I have to tell him what happened.
Although Assassin's Creed games tend to have very troublesome families. Oh. See, that's the odd thing. Like, why are some animals not killed by myself are able to be looted by myself, and then some that I have not killed, I can loot. It's mysterious. But let's see what Herodotus has to say about this sort of thing. About the spear and about the confrontation with Alexios.
Well, was the legend true? Was it magnificent? What happened to you? And your spear?
Slow down, Herodotus. My spear's stronger now. I can feel it. You were right. There was some kind of artifact there. It showed me a vision. Of me and my mother.
So, the ancient civilization is real. Cassandra, you have no idea the power you possess. All harnessed in Leonidas' spear.
That's not everything. Demos followed me here. The cult's already moving, he told me himself. They're going after us. My family, Pericles.
Why would he tell you? Unless it was a trap.
It doesn't matter. We have to get to Athens.
But if we're already going to Athens to warn
And we need to find
Pericles,
my mother before
then
they
that's
do.
essentially more reason to do so.
Go to the Pnyx. If Pericles is anywhere, he's there.
Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.